NotebookLM is one of the best AI tools on the planet right now. It's one of my all-time favorites. It is a super smart research assistant that allows you to extract magnificent insights from a whole range of data. It's really special. In this video, I'm going to share with you what NotebookLM is. I'm going to show you around the interface so that you know exactly how it works. And at the end, I'm going to share with you some use cases so that you can get the most out of this powerful tool. So what is NotebookLM? It is ultimately a research assistant that is different to a regular LLM, large language model like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, because it uses a very focused data set. So we give the AI, it uses Gemini, by the way, we give the AI data and it uses that data to extract insights. When we ask a question of a regular LLM like ChatGPT, we've got the whole corpus of knowledge and information of the entirety of humanity, right? Here, we're talking about very specific data sets. So think competitor research, customer analysis, business data, strategic information, all manner of things that we can extract data and insights from. Let's dive in and have a look. So the way that NotebookLM works is you upload sources, and your sources can be a variety of things. This is why it's really powerful. Yes, they can be PDFs, but they can also be YouTube videos, audio files, Google Docs, websites as well. So we can do this in tools like ChatGPT, but not all of these different files at once. This is where this tool really stands out. It allows us to create a synthesis and an understanding of lots of different data all at once. It's awesome. Let's have a little look at usage limits. With the free version of NotebookLM, you can use it for free. There are 50 sources that you can put into a specific notebook. You can have up to 100 notebooks, and each one can have 50 sources. That's the free account. And then if you upgrade to NotebookLM Plus, you can get up to 500 notebooks with 300 sources per notebook. That's a lot of reference material that you can synthesize and analyze and extract data from and interrogate. NotebookLM has Gemini built into it, so it uses Gemini to interrogate and extract insights from the data. When you log into Notebook, you go to notebooklm.google.com and you can sign up for the free account there. I've got a NotebookLM Plus account, which comes with my Google Workspace, and you hit this Create New button to start a new notebook. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to upload your sources. So what are the things that we want to analyze? This could be any manner of things, right? Websites, YouTubes, we can copy text, we can put Google Docs in there, Google Slides. There's so much good stuff in here. And because I'm on the Plus plan, you can see I've got up to 300 sources that I can add into here. I've just added a couple of sources in here, my website and the Unlimited Inner Circle website. You're going to notice three windows. You've got the sources window on the left, the chat window in the middle, and then the studio window on the right-hand side. Down the left-hand side, you see all your sources listed. Here, it's quite interesting because you can click one of these sources and it gives you a summary of the source itself. And then it gives you these key topics. It breaks down the data into topics. If we click this human potential amplification, then what it does is it begins a chat in the middle window around that specific node or topic, and it will look for instances of that in different sources. So you can see here, it's found that on my website, and then it's also found something similar on the Unlimited website. So if I click that, it's going to show you that part of the data. This is really useful because we're not subject now to hallucinations in the AI. We are using specific data. That's really powerful and really important. So this chat in here is just like a regular chat with Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT. We can ask questions. What is AI amplification of human potential? And it has a beautiful combination of both the LLM, Gemini in this case, and the data. So it'll extract insights and it will create a synthesis. It will create connections that we didn't see before. And everything is referenced back to source. This is just with two sources. So imagine the more that you put in, the more insights you're going to see. Customer data, all kinds of cool stuff, competitor research, strategic stuff. There's so many things that we can do with this. We're going to explore that a little bit more in a second. So we can have this conversation here. You'll also see it coming up with some suggestions, what our unlimited core philosophy is regarding AI's role. So it's going to help you to navigate your way through data. How does Colin blend AI and human aspects? So it's just a very intuitive way for you to navigate quite a lot of data in one go. Now, this is where it gets fun. On the right-hand side, we've got the studio. So we can add notes. So we can create notes around this, ideas for content. And this is just a regular notebook, right? So we can create notebooks. We can add the outputs from the AI to a note. So we could save this as a note. What are the key components of the unlimited community? So that's really cool. Let's save that to a note. So you can build up a collection of notes. That's why it's called notebook, right? You can build up a collection of notes. And these other areas are where it really becomes powerful, because if we're taking, I've just put 2 websites into here. You could have up to 300 sources of data. You can create a briefing document, which is essentially a summary guide of everything in the sources. So if I click this, you're going to see the briefing document for my website and the unlimited website combined. You're going to see the main themes, most important ideas and facts. It gives you a summary so that you don't need to consume all of the data. I'm using just 2 websites here. Imagine this is a whole host of data that you don't want to have to sift through. One of the things I do quite a lot is I'll use deep research either in Gemini or in ChatGPT, and then I'll put the outputs of the deep research into NotebookLM to synthesize, to create insights, so that I don't necessarily need to read all of that. The briefing document is really powerful for that. The other thing that you can create is a study guide. This is great for learning materials, or if you're trying to understand a subject area, then this will create a study guide for that. So it'll help you to understand the data by creating quiz questions, glossary of key terms. The study guide I find is really useful for course creation and program creation. If you're a coach or you're a consultant or you create educational materials, that part is massively powerful. And then the FAQ, this essentially helps you to generate frequently asked questions about that data. What is the core philosophy? Who is Unlimited designed for? How does it help entrepreneurs integrate AI? So this could be used for the sales page. You could literally copy and paste this and put it onto the bottom of the sales page for that program. Imagine analyzing client data and then doing the same with that. It's really cool. And then we've got the timeline, which there's no time sensitive or related info inside of these sample websites, but that can be a helpful feature if there are. Depends what data you're analyzing. And then we've got a really fun bit. We've got this deep dive conversation. I'm going to click generate and allow that to create an audio overview of the sources. This is so insightful because it uses AI to create a podcast essentially of 2 people speaking about the data and creating insights. It sparks connections. You begin to see insights in the data that you didn't see before. This is where it's really useful. While that's generating, up here, you're going to see your configuration settings. You can change your conversational style. So I've just got it set at default at the moment. There's analyst, guide, and custom. And each one has different settings that affect how the data is analyzed. And then choose your response length, default, longer, or shorter. So now we've got our AI overview. I'm going to play a little bit of this for you.
Welcome to the deep dive. So you've shared some really interesting stuff about Colin Scotland and his community, Unlimited. And, as an entrepreneur trying to figure out AI, you want to know what's really going on there.
Right. What's the substance behind the name?
Exactly. So today, our goal is to kind of unpack that, get into the core ideas behind his approach to AI business growth. What does Unlimited actually offer?
Sounds good. We've looked at the sources you sent, bits from his website about his philosophy, how he works with people, and then that dedicated page for the Unlimited community itself.
Great. So we have a decent picture then.
Yeah, I think so. A solid foundation to understand his vision.
Okay, let's start with Colin Scotland's core philosophy then. What's the big idea?
Well, one of the first things you see is this big emphasis on AI amplifying human
Okay, so
potential.
in addition to the cool audio overview, there's also an ability to interactively engage with the material as well. Pretty cool, hey? So there we go. That's the NotebookLM. You can also share notebooks as well. I forgot to mention this, with other team members so that you can collaborate. And now let's look at some use cases for this wonderful AI tool. So what I've done is I've followed my own advice and I've thought into the AI. I asked Gemini, what are the best use cases for NotebookLM relevant to an entrepreneur? And it's come up with some interesting use cases I want to share with you real quick. Market research, competitive analysis. So we could put competitor websites, market studies, news articles, customer feedback, and analyze. We could use it for business planning and strategy development. We can use it for idea generation and refinement, content creation and repurposing, accelerated learning and skills development, meeting productivity, centralized knowledge management, investor and stakeholder communication, analyzing customer feedback. Those are just 9 of the ways that you can use this outstanding AI research assistant to help you amplify your impact. NotebookLM really does cut the mustard, so to speak, when it comes to allowing us to be more productive, be more efficient, and share more of our voice, intention, and mission with the world. This is a great example of how an AI tool can truly help you to amplify your impact. It can spark things in your mind that you wouldn't have seen before. So that's NotebookLM in a nutshell, a smart assistant that gets clever about your specific business information. It helps you to cut through the noise, get insights faster, and hopefully free up some headspace for the big picture thinking, the things that actually matter. Head over to notebooklm.google.com, log in, try uploading a few relevant documents or web links for a current project, something that you're working on, and see what insights you can pull out. Let me know in the comments how you get on, or if you discover any clever business use cases for it, let me know. Share them in the comments. If this was helpful, a thumbs up is always appreciated. And consider subscribing for more tips on all things AI related. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.